Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I'm proud to announce that engine swap for Monica, my E36 drift car, is finally done. She runs and drives, but she's not quite drift ready yet. However, she will be soon. She just needs a couple of tweaks here and there. In this video, I'll show you the exhaust that I've got made, and we'll also take it on a long-awaited test drive. So, first things first. In the last video, I didn't have enough axle bolts as well as these little reinforcement washers to safely start beating on the car. That's why I've had to put off the test drive for a while. These are not just any standard bolts, so I had to order OEM parts. When they arrived, it was time to install them.
I'm gonna add a little bit of fluid, just that we're safe.
Just as a precaution, I also topped up the diff fluid. I know it'd be better if I just replace it entirely, but it's just for the test drive purposes. This diff will get welded anyway, so I'll just fill it up with fresh fluid afterwards. And now, let's talk about this magnificent thing, the exhaust. Of course, I didn't build this. I don't have the equipment nor the knowledge to build an efficient exhaust, so I took it to the exhaust shop. Because my headers are aftermarket, I also had to make the flanges for them. I traced the shape of the flange on a piece of paper, drew it in SolidWorks, and then I had it laser cut. I told the exhaust guy that I want a big Japanese style cannon, and to be honest, I got what I asked for. Now you might be wondering, does it pass the fizz test? Well, no, but come on, we won't nitpick here. The whole exhaust is really quality made, the welds and the bends are nice and proper, we got the Y pipe in the middle. For the rear muffler, they used the middle muffler off of a M140i, which is pretty neat. But now to the most important part. How does it sound? Well, have a listen for yourself. Not too bad, eh? Well, for a BMW, of course. We all know that BMWs probably have the worst sounding inline sixes in the world, with the exception of some early pre-Vanos engines. At least we can hear the Vanos doing its job. Of course, you'd want to show off the car to your mates and take them with you on a test drive. What do y'all think? Rather amazing. Oh, well chuffed, mate. So, how's the new engine feeling? Well, I believe the technical term is batshit insane. It really is night and day compared to the previous setup. You can feel a nice amount of power at about 3000 RPM, but when you go past 5000, it just spins the wheels with its crappy winter tires. It's probably going to be more than enough power for quite a while.
Here we are, after the first test run. And not only by myself, but by my father as well. Which means that there was already a little bit of an accident. It's fine, he just hit some gravel with it, which wouldn't be a problem. But there is one little detail that I have to point out. The air filter is missing. There's a little dust here, which is probably suboptimal. You shouldn't like indoctrinate the new engine by just sending a little bit of dust through the engine, like sending it through the DISA valve and all the fun stuff that this engine has. Hopefully we won't have many problems. There's also a bit of gravel in the fans. There's also a little bit of gravel in the disc on this wheel. We have to get it off, clean it up. Also, I've heard that the rear fan was hitting something. Gotta check that out as well. My dad had some problems with the gas pedal. Apparently it kept slipping off, and instead of like telling me to fix it, he fixed it on his own. Just a little couple of self-tappers through the whole holder that I built and had it 3D printed. Just fucking send some self-tappers through it, bam, that's it. Problem solved. Why would you ever fucking wanna put some effort into things you're doing so it's not all just janky shit? And we need to put the air filter back in. I mean, we need to install it.
Okay, let me stop you there. At first I wanted to use this filter housing out of an E46, But I realized that if I modify the housing, I won't be able to fasten it down with anything. And I didn't want it to vibrate with the engine. So I opted to go with this universal performance air filter.
Woo! NASCAR! Yeehaw! Designs to improve horsepower. It's a big lad. Oh, we need the adapter actually. Holy shit, it's a really big lad. It does fit. Incredible. I was worried it might not. I'm a little twisty. Ooh! Oh, K&N sticker. Oh boy.
After I cleaned up all the gravel pieces from the fans, the wheel, and anywhere else they managed to accumulate, I fixed the mounting of the rear fan, and so the car was back at square one. At the end of the week, there was a drift event / car meet at the local go-kart track. My friend Giga, who owns the white V8 E36 that you might remember from the previous video, needed his car transported, so I helped him out. This was a charity event where people could buy drift taxi rides, so most of the day I helped out people getting in the car and putting on their harness. Of course, the tires also needed changing when they were worn down or if they just straight up exploded. So, what about the turnout? The team was mostly V8 swapped E30s, as there were 3 of them. I didn't manage to talk to all of the owners, but I know that this one has a M62B44 out of an M5 E39 and is a proper monster. There was also this, a freshly built 1GZ swapped E30. Definitely something different that you don't see every day. And there was also this 3-liter E46 that you might recognize from the previous video. And of course, Giga's car, an M62B44 swapped E36. As you can see, this swap was a lot more difficult to pull off compared to mine, as things like the oil filter and the power steering reservoir are relocated. The front subframe is also modified and the engine has a custom oil pan. This car has this big boy radiator from Mishimoto to cool down this monster of an engine. Interior is mostly gutted with these really nice bright seats. We also have the important gauges and of course the hydraulic e-brake. A lot of work went into this car, but you can feel that, oh boy was it worth it. For the most part, there weren't any issues with the car. However, at the end of the day, there was a slight problem. The front bolt that holds the diff snapped and half of it was left in the diff. Giga had a spare diff, but not a spare bolt. Luckily, one of the drivers had the bolt in the correct size, but not the pitch. However, someone else had the tool for cutting threads and we managed to make it work. The bolt was just long enough so the driving could continue. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you can give it a like. You can also subscribe to be notified when new videos come out. But if for some reason you don't want to, that is also fine. Again, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!